the Mission Bay Buccaneers. Good evening, everybody. I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Andy Lockhart here tonight, and it should be an interesting game. Both teams coming off heartbreaking losses. Both teams match up really well. Should be fun.
Yeah, well, that just about says it, Andrew. Both teams are coming off those heartbreaking losses, and especially Christian, who was just trying to run the clock, ended up letting a field goal sneak by. That's what cost him the win, 17-4 the final against Patrick Henry. So it's got to be an especially tough loss for them. They had some injuries in that game as well. But both coaches seem to express that the team's energy levels are up. They're not too devastated by those losses. And they are, like you mentioned, two evenly matched teams. So I think we're going to have a good, even, tight game here, Andrew.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. The silver lining of losing a heartbreaking game is that you have that much more motivation coming in to practice the following week and getting ready for your next opponent. And so we should see both teams angry after losing last week. Mission Bay losing to Patrick Henry late, and as Andy just mentioned, Christian losing to Francis Parker in the final seconds there. So both teams looking to move past that, and it's going to be one of those games, you hear it all the time. Unfortunately, someone has to lose, and so someone here is going to be losing back-to-back games and really feeling it. So this is really a lot of pressure on both teams here tonight.
Absolutely, but especially on the Christian roster, we're going to be looking at Rayvon Owens. He's a tremendous running back, a senior on the squad. We're going to be getting a lot of looks from him, and also a very well-balanced Mission Bay team. I think, Andy, you mentioned that they're a throw-first team.
Yeah, just athletic, and that's what the first thing when you talk with the Christian coaches, too, is that you have to worry about the athleticism of Mission Bay because they can make plays happen after the catch or after they kind of get a little bit of room in space. So the Christians definitely have to do a good job containing the Mission Bay athletes in the open field.
Yeah, and we were talking to the coach before the game, and he was mentioning that they're going to try and stop those big plays. That seems to be an issue for them. With a big athletic team like Mission Bay, they can hurt you if you make a misstep in execution.
You talked about Rayvon Owens kind of being the man here for Christian, rushing for over 500 yards thus far in the season. Today is the halfway mark of the season, and he's already over 500 yards. And talking with the coaching staff, the recruiting process just opening up for him, and he's starting to get some looks from the collegiate level, and he definitely will be a player to play at the next level. As we are just a few moments away here, it's going to be Mission Bay, the road team with their road white uniforms, and Christian plays here, their home games here at Granite Hills High School, not far from their campus. They'll be in their home navy blue uniforms with the white helmets on this Saturday night. Warm Saturday night out here in El Cajon. So we're going to step aside. We'll come back with the opening kickoff after the national anthem here in just a few minutes. Again, stay tuned to PlayOnSports.com. And we have Christian and Mission Bay in just a few minutes. Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com as we are just about ready to kick off here at Granite Hills High with Christian High and Mission Bay getting set to kick off Week 5 in the high school football season. Hard to believe that we're already halfway through. Seems like just last week was the opening week, and here we are, teams now starting to establish themselves and try to get playoff position from here on out.
Yeah, both teams coming into this game, Andrew, with a 3-1 record. I think Mission Bay is a much improved team from last year. They had kind of an off year, but I think this year they're looking forward. They've got a strong start. And Christian, always a good program, always putting up solid numbers, so they're going to be competitive this year as well.
And Christian will start the game with the football as Mission Bay will be kicking. Again, Mission Bay wearing their road white uniforms with their black helmets and black pants with gold trim. Meanwhile, Christian with their home navy blue jerseys and navy pants with the white helmets and white and red trim. Week 5, as Andy just mentioned, both teams 3-1. Both teams coming off a heartbreaking loss. We'll see who gets to avenge that loss as we're about ready to kick off. So again, Mission Bay kicking off, and we are set. The low line drive squib kick, and fielded by an upman, and down at about the 31-yard line is where Christian will take over.
I think that was actually Aaron Cobbler who got under that one. Not a guy you generally expect to make the kick return. Not really built for that sort of thing, Andrew, but he managed to bring it out anyway.
Yeah, he's one of the upmen there as a squib kick didn't get back to the return guys, and good job there, though, to fall on that and retain possession for the Patriots. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 31. First play is an end around over to Paris Miller. Miller trying to get to the side, and Miller has a first down, and he is brought down at the 47-yard line. So a big pickup on first down from Paris Miller, a gain of 14.
I was really impressed with his speed right there. Paris Miller, only 5'9", packs 175 pounds, though, according to the stats, but a lot of speed. He's a little freight train out there.
Paris Miller, I had an opportunity of calling the Christian game a few weeks ago and scored on that exact same play to open the second half and picks up a big play here. So first down as Carrillo looking to throw. Fires and gets it to his receiver. That looks like Steven Johnston. And Johnson is brought down a yard shy of the first down marker, brings up 2nd and 1. So Carrillo looked confident there as he fired that in to Johnston.
It's an impressive job just hitting his man in motion there. A lot of coverage on Johnston, but he managed to pick it up anyway and stretch that almost to the first down.
Yeah, about a yard shy, so it'll be 2nd down and a yard inside Buccaneer territory at the Buccaneer 43-yard line. Miller going in motion. Carrillo hands the ball off. That's Owens, and he is stopped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
It was JoJo Griffin who wrapped up his legs, brought down his man. Excellent read on that play.
Yeah, JoJo Griffin, a guy you're going to call on a lot here on the defensive side. Definitely an athlete. He's actually listed as an athlete on the roster, and so that's not just me saying that, and he plays all over the place on the defensive side.
Well, that's a impressive accolades, being listed as an athlete. Statistically, an athlete.
Yeah, he can play any position on the defensive side, and he actually will play on the offensive side quite a bit as well. 3rd down and short, 3rd and 2. From the 44. Carrillo's going to throw. He's under pressure. He just gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Rayvon Owens was the man closest to the ball. He wasn't ready for it and dropped it, and probably a good thing he did because he would have lost a lot of yardage if he held on. But he falls incomplete, brings up 4th and 2, and decision time now for the Patriots.
Yeah, impressive blitz by Mission Bay. The Bucs doing a good job applying the pressure there, but you're right, Andy. Rayvon Owens almost better off not catching that ball, as he would have gotten steamrolled almost immediately afterwards.
Yeah, it would have been a loss of 3 or 4. He just wasn't ready for that. He turned around and, whoa, the ball was right there. So they're going for it. 4th down and 2 in Buccaneer territory at the Buccaneer 44. Carrillo trying the hard count, trying to get Mission Bay to jump. And no luck, so now he's going to call a timeout. And Christian will talk it over. Again, they tried the hard count there to get Mission Bay to jump, but Mission Bay stays disciplined. So timeout on the field, scoreless, 10:22 left here in the first quarter.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Andy Lockard here in El Cajon. It's just east of San Diego if you're listening from out of town.
Yeah, just hop on the 8 East, get off at 2nd Street. We'll see you here.
And be prepared to have it about 20 degrees warmer from wherever you are. It's a sticky, hot one out there this evening. 4th and 2. So Carrillo called the timeout to talk it over. Let's see what they do. 4th and 2. Carrillo under center. And he's going to throw, looking for a quick screen, has his man, gets it out to George. George makes his man miss, and he has the first down. Nice play there by George. And a nice throw by Carrillo to move the chains on 4th down.
That was a tight one, though. That was a foot race right along the sideline to pick up those yards, and it was a close one. If George wasn't so fast, he might have come up short on that play. But that's also aggressive play calling, Andrew, early in this game on the first drive, going for it on 4th down. I didn't see that one coming.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 38 of Mission Bay. Carrillo under center. Mission Bay looks like they're going to bring a blitz here. Handoff to Paris Miller on the counter play, and Miller picks up about 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Patriots.
Now I'm just thinking to myself, going for it on the 4th down this early in the game, it almost seems like they're either really confident in their offense or really confident in the lack of ability from Mission Bay's defense. But it's an interesting statement to make this early in the game.
So 2nd and 7. Christian moving the football. Converting on 4th down just a moment ago, and they'll try the end-around play to Paris Miller again, and this time Miller picks up a few instead of a bunch, but it'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Again, I'm really impressed with Paris Miller, his speed. He's just got a lot of speed. He's not one of those guys you look for a bowling ball or wrecking ball his way through the lines, but he's got so much speed he can just beat people out in the open field. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. If he gets some open grass in front of him, I think he can do a lot of damage.
So 3rd and 2. Ball is handed off up the middle, and it's going to be just short. I believe that was Owens, the ball carrier, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 1.5 yards.
They haven't changed units yet, so be curious to see if and it looks like they are going to go for it again. Extremely aggressive play calling early in the game for Christian.
So again, 4th and 2, where they just converted a minute ago.
Well, I guess at this point in the field, you're not really yielding too bad a field position, even if you don't go for it. And it would be a long field goal in this range, too. So,
yeah, this is definitely kind of go-for-it territory. Ball is handed off to George, and George is corralled in the backfield. A big loss and a turnover on downs as the Buccaneers will take over at the 37 as George loses about 5 yards on 4th and 2.
Yeah, and you saw him. You could tell he knew he was going to go down. He was looking for another outlet to lateral to, but couldn't come up with anybody. So that's actually a pretty bad outcome for Christians in the sense that now they're yielding better field position, and they're ending up with the turnover on downs. So not the best of times for Christian Patriots.
So Mission Bay will get their first offensive series in the ballgame with 8:04 left here in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Ball is handed off on 1st down, and a big pickup there by Jack Stark. Solid pickup, I should say, of 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 4.
Stark's one of the many seniors on the Mission Bay club. They're a team with a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, so they're a little bit older, but they have some promising upstarts on the team, too, some younger guys that they're going to be looking for in this game as well.
So 2nd down and 4. Again, handed off on the right side, and Stark bowling for yards. He'll be about right at the marker. I believe he has it depending on the spot here, but it looks like from up here that he has it. And it's actually Devontae Kinder, number 1. Referencing one is Stark. So number 1, Devontae Kinder, the ball carrier on those past 2 runs, as we were misinformed earlier.
I hate when they do that.
1st and 10, and they're going to try handing it off again to the left side, and this time a pickup of about 3. So the offensive line really getting a push for Mission Bay as Kinder picks up 3.
Well, it looks like they're just doing the grind and wind here, Andrew, just picking up 3, 4 yards at a time, picking up first downs that way.
So the ball is at midfield. 2nd and 7 here for the Buccaneers. 6:48 left in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Pass is fired, and it is complete and brought down about a yard shy. It looks like 3rd and 1.
That was Pettis Wilson, the receiver on that play.
Yeah, Andre Pettis Wilson, a good athlete here for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and as we've been saying the whole game, they are a very athletic team. See, and you saw a little bit out there as he spun around, trying to pick up a couple extra stretch yards on that reception.
So 3rd down and about a yard and a half here for the Buccaneers. Ball is handed off up the middle, and Kinder is stopped in his tracks. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. 4th down now and a yard and a half, and now the tables are turned here from Christian, who had a few 4th down conversions a moment ago. Now Mission Bay forced with a 4th and short.
That was Dylan Johnson on the Patriots. He had his number called out. He just picked off that play single-handedly, bringing down the runner.
And Mission Bay lining up to go for it here on 4th down and short. 5:37 left in the first quarter. And we have a timeout called by the Buccaneers. So Christian talked it over on 4th down and short, and they converted. Mission Bay will hope to do the same here. Timeout on the field. 5:36 left in the first quarter.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So an interesting turn of events here, and it looks like Mission Bay is going to be going for it on the 4th down. Again, really aggressive play calling on both ends, but now in another attempt at a 4th down conversion.
4th and short for the Buccaneers after that timeout. Ball is going to be handed off up the middle, and that is Devontae Kinder, and I believe he has enough just by about a half a yard. And Kinder, getting the bulk of the carries here in the early going, picks up the first.
Andrew, it's just interesting to me that both teams are being so aggressive on these 4th downs. I don't know if it's just trying to establish themselves after coming out those tough losses. They really want to set the tone early in this game, but interesting strategy.
And a lot of the game thus far has been played on the ground. The clock is rolling already with only 5:22 left in the first quarter. Plum play fakes, fires, has a man wide open, and has it complete. Going down the sidelines and getting chased near the goal line is Kyle Plum. So Nicholas Plum finds Kyle Plum, and Plum picks up a huge gain, and it'll bring up 1st and goal from the 3.
Well, that's the kind of plays that Christian said they were looking to avoid in this game. If you just have one bad execution, they're so athletic that they can just eat up yards and turn into a dangerous team in that sense. So not the kind of execution that Christian was looking for.
So a big play. That's our first big play of the night, as we've had a lot of medium yard plays. That one going for a lot. 1st and goal from the 3. Ball is handed off and tripped up near the goal line. And there is the touchdown signal. And I believe that was James Phillips who gets in from 3 yards out. And Mission Bay gets on the board first with a 6-0 lead.
You're right, Andrew. That was Phillips walking that ball in. Great job by him. And that puts up an early score for his team. I suppose we're actually not that early in the first quarter anymore.
So now they'll come in and attempt the extra point as Nicholas Plum will come in and try to make it 7. The extra point is blocked. And Mission Bay will be content with just a 6-0 lead after the extra point is no good. So Christian Special Teams comes up big, and now the Patriot offense will get ready to take the field again here, trailing 6-0 with 4:48 left in the first quarter.
And PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, it's both Saturday night football action as well, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here, and I believe that was Tyler Leslie, Andrew, who actually got the block on that. He's one of the captains on Christian.
Came flying in and got the hand on it. So now Paris Miller and Philip George will go back deep in hopes of getting the return. The last time it was kind of a squib kick down, and there was no return.
So I think Paris Miller is the guy they really want to pick up the ball because, like I was saying, his speed is explosive, and if he can just get some open range, I think he can do a lot of damage.
So Mission Bay set to kick it off after their score. Another line drive squib kick, fielded, and up the middle. Not a lot of room as Paris Miller takes it to the 36-yard line, so the Patriots will have good field position to start this drive after Miller brings that out to the 36.
Yeah, and we saw Paris Miller just a good job getting up in the air and bringing that ball down to his feet, able to pick up a couple of yards, but we haven't seen any straight kicking yet in this game, so that's also something of note.
Two squib bouncy kicks on kickoffs and then a blocked extra point on our kicking attempts here tonight. 6-0, Mission Bay leads, 4:43 left in the first quarter. Carrillo and the Patriots back out on the 36, looking to get on the board here with this second offensive series for them. Carrillo looking to throw a quick pass over to Paris Miller in the backfield. Miller breaks out of one tackle before he's corralled and picks up two. So a gain of 2 on first down brings up 2nd and 8. Miller doing a good job getting 2 because initially it looked like he was getting nothing.
And Carrillo actually had to pass that through some traffic. There were some hands up, so he kind of had to throw around to get that ball over to Miller.
2nd and 8. And Mission Bay looking like they're bringing the house here on this second down. Here comes a blitz. Carrillo's going to have to get rid of it. Fires, has a man, and that's Johnston, and he's going to be brought down in Buccaneer territory. Steven Johnson is brought down at the Buccaneer 49. Good poise there by Carrillo, handling the blitz and finding Johnston for the first.
Oh, yeah, Mission Bay, they have some aggressive blitzing, so that was an excellent job just to get that ball off in time.
So the Patriots will have it inside Mission Bay territory. They had it inside Patriot territory on their first possession before turning it over on downs. Carrillo will look to throw on first down. He's under pressure, hit as he throws it, and the ball is going to be picked off. It's intercepted by Franklin Gaylord, and he's heading down no one in his sight. He's at the 10 before he is tripped up at the 5.
Wow.
So Carrillo just hit hard as he got rid of that, and Franklin Gaylord brings that down to the 5.
Well, I think if you are going to throw a pick, that's the wrong guy to throw it to. Because Franklin Gaylord just took off, and only a last-ditch effort by Steven Johnston to bring him down. Otherwise, that would have been a pick 6 there, Andrew.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to take it to the house as there was no one in front of him. But like you said, Johnson showing great poise there, not quitting on the play and coming up with the stop.
Well, it's another one of those execution issues we were talking about. Like we said, Mission Bay, they're an athletic team, and the Bucks, they can turn on you just by their athleticism if you don't execute your plays right.
So Plum will hand it off, and Devontae Kiner trying to get in.
It'll be a close play at the line.
No signal yet. I think he may be just short.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it short.
So Kinder is just short, brings up 2nd and goal from the 1. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mission Bay on top 6-0, but they're looking to add to that right here. Plum will hand it off. And Kinder trying to get in there. The ball pops loose. And did that go as a touchdown? Landed on the ball as almost fell out of the end zone.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That was close to being a safety because if that goes out of bounds, that would have been Christian Ball at the 20 but they're saying Mission Bay recovered it just before it went out of bounds.
That's what I was going to say, is that ball was right up the gut, and then somewhere along the line, it got knocked out of the player's hands, and a good job jumping on that grenade. Otherwise, if that rolled out of bounds, you're right, I think that would go for a safety. So,
and this time the kick is up, and the kick is good. 13-0. Mission Bay has the lead. They almost faced disaster there with that fumble, but they were able to fall on it for the touchdown, and the Buccaneers on top, 13-0, 2:39 left in the first quarter.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Andy Lockard here at Granite Hills High with Mission Bay on top 13-0. As we've seen a lot of action here in the early going, an interception return down to the 5 just a moment ago for Mission Bay, and they capitalize on it. And now Christian finds himself trailing 13-0.
Well, not the outcome we were expecting early on here, expecting more of an even matchup, but it seems like a couple costly plays on Christian's end. And like we said, it's those execution problems, those broken plays, those have really cost him so far in this game.
So Christian will look to respond. Kickoff, another line drive bouncy kick is going to be fielded. Past the 20 is Miller. Miller to the 25-30, brought down at the 36 again. So Paris Miller, a good return there, giving the Patriots 1st and 10 from their 36. And we'll see if their offense can get something going here on this drive.
And it's interesting to note that, again, they're giving those squib kicks, those bouncing balls. And I think it's almost a matter of trying to not give them an opportunity to get a catch and run with it. Rather, they just want to try and keep it on the ground and try and limit them to holding the ball wherever they stand.
Looks like we have an injured player out there at the 30, an injured Buccaneer player. Can't tell who that is.
It's like an upper body injury, though. He's clutching on, I think, his left arm, his left hand.
Coach is attending to him, and got to hope that he's all right. Now they're kind of rolling him over.
Oh, no, maybe it is a leg issue. It looks like a left leg.
And with the heat out here, maybe a cramping issue.
Yeah, especially this heat, this humidity, it's easy to get kind of dehydrated. And if that's the case, dehydration, that can really cramp up the leg, cause a whole lot of problems. Body's not designed to run in this kind of heat.
And it looks like he is going to be just fine as player hops up, and that looks like the player who just made the interception a moment ago. That's Franklin Gaylord, who's limping off to the side. Getting some help from his teammates, but it looks like he's going to be all right. So Christian getting ready to take over from the 36. Need to get a drive going here and take some of this momentum back. So we'll see what Carrillo and company do on their third drive here. Carrillo hands the ball off. Owens trying to break through and only picks up a couple. 2nd down and 8 as he gets out to about the 38-yard line.
And we haven't seen too much of Owens early on in this game, Andrew. He's one of the star players on the team, but they really just haven't, it might be for lack of opportunity, they haven't utilized him as much as they'd like to. So hopefully we'll get some more looks at Owens going forward.
Yeah, definitely not a lot of carries thus far for Owens, but he is kind of the battery of this team. Again, rushing for over 500 yards already in this game, or in the season.
That would be impressive.
Yeah. Rush for over 500 in the first 11 minutes. Might be a national record. So 2nd down and 8. Carrillo looking to throw. I think he has time. Fires just through the hands. Had his man there, but they couldn't bring it in as Kai Arvin was the intended receiver, and Arvin was open.
He was wide open, and he would have had a lot of open space to make a run at that, too. We haven't seen the passing game really work out for Christian so far in this game. Good pressure by the backs of the Buccaneers.
So Arvin, a missed opportunity there as Arvin had that go through his hands. 3rd down and 8. So big-time opportunity here for Christian. They don't want to have to give the ball back to Mission Bay after a 3-and-out. Carrillo's going to throw. He's under pressure. He's hit as he throws it, and the ball is going to fall incomplete as Carrillo was just mugged. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, he got lined. That was Jameer Ransom, I believe, on Mission Bay, who got the brunt of that hit. But, my goodness, they knocked his block off, too. They really gave it to him.
So with 1:43 left in the first quarter, Christian will have to punt this one away.
Looks like they've got Kyle Plum back deep, hoping to pick up the punt.
So Steve Johnson getting ready to kick it away. Nice punt. We'll send Plum back. Plum will field it out to 22. Running towards his sideline, now to the 25, and he'll be corralled at about the 27. So Plum will bring it to the 27 for the Buccaneers, and that's where Mission Bay will take over, and the Buccaneers holding on to a 13-0 lead here with 1:32 left in the first.
And you know what? I've been really impressed, Andrew, with the pressure that Mission Bay's been applying onto Carrillo. They're really limiting his ability to pass the ball in this game. We haven't seen the passing game pan out at all for Christian.
He just hasn't had a chance to throw. Carrillo has just been under duress every time he drops back and making life tough. Ball is handed off. Huge hole, and James Phillips has a ton of room, and he may be gone. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5 touchdown, and James Phillips brings it out for 72 yards. Or 17. And Mission Bay is opening this one up early, 19-0.
And that's another one of those broken plays we were talking about. Christian knows that they're going to have an issue with that, and they have to try and limit the damage from those broken plays. But unfortunately, another one, that's the third one that's going to cost them another score in this game. With only 1:20 left in the first quarter, this is not what they were looking for.
No, not at all. And especially they had that opening drive that was pretty promising before they were forced on that as the extra point is up and no good. So 19-0 is what Mission Bay will head to their sideline with. But going back, Christian had that opening drive and looked pretty promising, got pretty deep into Mission Bay territory, but then turned it over on downs, and just like that, they find themselves down 19-0.
Yeah, and it's all the scores have come against them from plays that were broken. It's mistakes that have cost him early in this game. So I know they're going to be looking to address that in the future. And PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
So Paris Miller back deep here for Christian, trying to get something going. He is back with Phillip George. Mission Bay has jumped out to a quick 19-0 lead with 1:20 left here in the first quarter. Another squib bouncy kick fielded, brought to the 30 and out near the 40-yard line, as that was Rayvon Owens who brings it over. You don't see Owens returning a lot of kicks, but that ball bounced right to him and brings it out to the 40.
And again, I'm just speculating here, but I imagine they're keeping it on the ground because they're concerned about the speed of some of the people on Christian Patriots' side of the ball. Imagine if you keep it on the ground, you're going to force them to almost make an awkward catch. So you're going to be limiting how many yards they can pick up that way. Also, you're trying to keep it away from some of their faster players as well.
So Carrillo on first down is going to look to throw. Again, he's under pressure, setting up the screen for Owens, and Owens makes the catch, but is brought down at about the line of scrimmage and brings up second down and 10, as that screen play was unsuccessful for Christian.
And you see Carrillo, the effects of the blitzing side of the Buccaneers. You see him taking a lot more steps back now with a lot more speed than we saw him early on. I think he's concerned about the kind of pressure that's been applied to him, and he's making an adjustment.
So second and 10 after that screenplay got back to the line of scrimmage. Carrillo now will line up under center. And he's going to throw again. Fires and overthrows his man. And looking for Arvin there, but Arvin wasn't ready for that one. Brings up third down and 10. You can see Carrillo there looking to hurry a little bit just because he's been under pressure this entire game. That really didn't give that that play a chance to develop.
Yeah, and he's been hit pretty hard. I mean, I don't blame him for trying to get these plays off faster, just for, survival's sake. But you got to wait for the receiver to get to the spot. Otherwise, he's not going to be ready for it.
So 3rd and 10. Carrillo is going to roll to the near side, spins out of a tackle, but he's going to be brought down for a sack as he loses about 5 on that. And that will be the last play of the first quarter, or at least it should be. And it's going to be 4th down and about 15 when the second quarter.
The Buccaneers have just been stifling defensively. They're not giving Carrillo any time to get off a pass play. And we haven't seen them utilize Owens like we were expecting them to. They're not really running the ball quite like we saw them doing in the early goings. Paris Miller, he was successful early on, but they haven't gone to that. They've been still looking to get off that pass play.
And that will do it for the first quarter. So 19-0. Mission Bay has the lead after 1 quarter of play here on PlayOnSports.com.
And PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the entire country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports, it lives here.
So Christian will be getting ready to punt this one away. And their offense, after that first series, when they actually moved the ball fairly well, got deep inside Mission Bay territory, after that drive, they have been stifled on the offensive side.
Yeah, and remember that first drive, too, that they had those 2 4th downs that they went for it for. They were successful on the first one, not on the second one, but they were being really aggressive. They were going to Paris Miller. They were running the ball. But now it seems like the last couple drives they've been looking to the pass play, and that just has not worked given the blitzing ability of Mission Bay. They've applied so much pressure to Carrillo, it almost seems like they've got him off his game at this point.
So Johnson will be back to punt this one away. He is going to stand at about his 18. And on the other end is going to be Kyle Plum, senior receiver, getting ready to return this kick. Mission Bay looking to extend their lead here as we are about to begin the play here in the second quarter. And before play can resume, we have whistles.
I think it'll be the first flag that we see in this game.
A good point. It's been a rather clean game penalty-wise. I don't know if it's going to be a flag. The referee just didn't give them the go signal. So they're going to start it over here. Johnson at the 20. Low line drive kick. We'll send Plum running. Plum will field it at the 30. Plum at the 32, 35, spins out of a tackle, and we brought down at the near the 40-yard line, so a gain of about 10 on the return there from Plum. And the Buccaneer offense will come back out on the field.
I think that's an admirable effort from Plum, not only to pick up that ball that was going with a lot of speed, a lot of force behind it, also a good rotation on the ball, very favorable bounce for Christian, but he managed to stretch it out, got another 10 yards or so out of his run, managed to dodge a couple men, so admirable effort from him.
So Mission Bay with their first possession here in the second quarter. Ball is handed off. Kinder, and Kinder is tripped up after he picks up 8. As we have a different quarterback in to start the second quarter, it's Devon Johnson under center here in the second quarter.
Interesting that they're going to another quarterback this early in the game. I imagine they're sitting on something of a comfortable lead going into the second quarter. They're up 19 points already, so
I think maybe by design where they play one quarterback one quarter and another the other, as the ball is handed off on second and short. And Kinder picks up about a yard, and it'll be third down and a long yard, or about a yard and a half for the first.
Yeah, and the Christian defense has just been a little bit lackluster in this game. I mean, they've already yielded 19 points. I think most of that is broken plays, but the defense in general just hasn't looked as solid as you would expect early in this game.
So third and short, ball is handed off, and the Christian defense looks like they came up with a stop on third and short. They did. And it's going to be Kinder, the ball carrier. He'll be about a half yard shy of the first down marker, and we'll see what Mission Bay elects to do here as the ball is placed at near midfield at the 49-yard line is where it's marked, and you think Mission Bay is lining up to go for it. You have a 19-point lead here. You're at midfield. Defense has been pretty much doing its job. Figure what do they have to lose?
I mean, at this point, I would just kick it away. I mean, with this kind of lead, I'd rather protect the lead than try and yield that kind of field position to Christian. But the way the defense has been going for Mission Bay, why not?
4th down and a yard. Ball is handed off up the middle, and
it's going to be awful close.
Looks like he's going to have it, depending on where the referees are running out to.
Looks like one referee has marked it at the line, and, yep, they'll go ahead and move the chains.
So 1st down on that 4th and 1 carry, and that has to be demoralizing to Christian as well, as they had a chance to get the ball back in midfield and almost got it just short, and it looks like that may have been a little bit of a favorable spot as well going against Christian there.
I think it was. They marked the forward progress a bit generously, not to say inaccurately, but generously. But either way, a good stand on the 3rd down by the Patriots, but a bad outcome on the 4th.
Looking to throw, diving attempt, and they make catches made. Nice catch there by Kyle Plum as Devon Johnson threw that one a little bit off to the side, but Plum making a diving attempt and came up with it.
Yeah, good job keeping that ball in his hands as he had to lay out to stretch and get that one. Good job wrangling it in.
So 2nd and 2 after that pickup of 8 on that nice reception there by Plum. Vaughn Johnson under center. He's going to hand off on the draw play. And that is Phillips again, but Phillips has stopped in his tracks, and just like that, we have 3rd and short again for the Buccaneers. And now they're saying the ball is loose. Wait, there we go. The referee is saying the ball came out, and they're giving it to Christian. I didn't see it come out there in the pile, but apparently it did, and Christian takes over.
I know Swift was on the bottom of that one. I suppose he managed to wrap his hands around the ball somewhere in the course of bringing down his man. I imagine he got his hands on it, just managed to out-muscle the player with the ball and come up with it himself. But finally a break for Christian. They've seen everything going against him up until now.
And they definitely needed that one. Now they're going to have good field position as the ball is marked at their 42. And they'll have a chance to get some of this momentum back and capitalize on that turnover.
Yeah, you imagine they want to close this gap going into the second half. Down 19 points. They're going to want to narrow that, at least put up a score or two before halftime.
So Michael Carrillo try to get something going here for the Patriots. Ball's handed off to Owens. Owens has a lot of room, and he is going to be brought down at the 1st down marker. He was one broken tackle away from taking that to the house, but Owens will pick up the 1st down and move the chains for the Patriots.
He had a wide-open lane right up the center of the field, and this is what I was expecting to see from the Christian offense. Give it to Owens. Let Owens do his thing. Well, maybe if they keep following this formula, we'll see some success.
So 1st and 10 inside Buccaneer territory at the Buccaneer 46. 8:54 left in the first half. 19-0. Mission Bay has the lead, but Christian looking to trim that a little bit here. And that's going to be an illegal formation there going against Christian. As 2 players moving at the same time, they'll move that back 5 yards.
Cannot do that. Bad execution, and that's been an issue for them all game. They hate to see that now.
Oh, they think they may have got the timeout before the flag came out, and I think that they did.
Yeah.
So before, good catch there by the coaching staff of Christian to call that before the penalty was called. So a timeout on the field. It will be 1st and 10 at the Mission Bay 46. Mission Bay has the lead 19-0.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports Broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities live on the web. For more information on that, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So Christian calling their 2nd timeout of the half. They have 1 left. 8:44 left in the first half. 19-0 Mission Bay, but Christian has it 1st down and 10 from the Buccaneer 46 after Rayvon Owens just picked up a nice 10-yard gain there a moment ago.
It's a good timeout call, though, Andrew.
It saved them 5 yards.
Well, not only that, I think it puts the momentum back on their side. One of those penalties, that would have cost them right after the first bit of offensive success we've seen from them in quite a while.
So 1st and 10 for Carrillo. Carrillo has 2 receivers out on the far side of the field. Carrillo fires and almost intercepted. They're trying to find Phillip George, but will be incomplete.
And we see them try and do this pass play many times, just quick pass to the wideout man. And it almost seemed like Mission Bay knew what was coming. They'd seen it so many times, so they just try and go up, and the defensive back just tried to intercept it.
Yeah, that was Rodney Dantzler on the coverage, almost had the pick. And 2nd and 10, as Christian will breathe another sigh of relief after getting away with that one. 2nd down and 10.
I wouldn't go with that play again.
Carrillo hands the ball off to Owens, and Owens is hit in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 3rd down and 12.
Well, things not going well for the Christian Patriots offense once again. Now a 3rd down situation. Now they're almost forced into a pass play, but we just haven't seen that work for Patriots in this game. And that last play, their sort of go-to pass play, almost got picked off. I think the defense, Mission Bay, they've just sniffed that play out. I don't think they should go with that one again. Maybe go with something else in the playbook.
3rd down and 12. Carrillo has trip receivers out to the far side of the field. And he's going to look to throw. Under pressure, fires over the middle. Diving attempt incomplete. And it looks like Kai Arvin again was the intended receiver as he just threw it out over the outstretched arms of Arvin. And that brings up 4th and 12. And the punting team will come on for the Patriots.
Oh, that was a noble effort. Sprawling diving attempt at making that catch. And that would have been the 1st down. So that's going to shut down the Christian drive. Now they're forced to punt it away.
So again, Johnson will come in the punt. He'll stand at his 38. And Plum will come in to return the punt, and he'll be standing at his 20. So Stevie Johnson will kick it away. Nice kick. We'll send Plum back. And Plum muffs it. There's a fight for the loose ball. Who has it?
I think the Patriots might be under it.
No signal yet. Loose ball, and who came up with it?
Refs aren't sure yet.
Plum looks like he just lost that one in the lights, and they're giving it to the Patriots. So the Patriots catch a break right there as Plum couldn't field the punt cleanly as he had a hard time handling that. And once he touches it, it's a live ball, and Christian falls on top of it.
First things first, what an excellent kick that was.
Beautiful kick.
All
Johnson.
the way landed, I think, somewhere around the 15-yard line. On top of that, though, execution problems have been an issue for Christian. Finally, see one go against Mission Bay.
Christian tries to get Mission Bay not ready there, but it's going to be a false start penalty going against Christian. So they catch a break, but now they're going to move back 5 yards.
Well, still looking at good field position here. Looking to put up a score. 7:39 left in the 2nd quarter. So going into the half, you know they want to put up a score, narrow this gap, get a fresh start in the second half of the game.
7:39 left in the half. Mission Bay has led throughout 19-0. And now Christian will have it 1st and 15 from the Mission Bay 24. Hand off to Paris Miller. He makes an acrobatic move and then trips and falls near the 10. If he kept his balance there, he's walking into the end zone, but a nice pickup there by Paris Miller.
He could have moonwalked in.
Got to give him credit. He made a tough move to get that yardage, but must got him off balance there as he slipped to the ground. And brings up 2nd down and about 2. So a gain of 13 there for Paris Miller. Again, Miller the ball carrier. And this time Miller will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. Paris Miller from 12 yards out gets the Patriots on the board for the first time tonight.
Patriots fans excited about that one. They've brought out quite a sizable crowd here tonight. Excellent run from Paris Miller, though we've seen him be good in this game. And finally, when the offense of the Patriots begins to click, he comes up big for his team.
So Christian taking advantage of that misplayed punt a moment ago. They score. Now Mason Powell will come in and attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. 19-7. Christian has trimmed away at that lead from Mission Bay with 7:01 left here in the first half on PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOnSports.com on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And that's exactly the break that Christian needed there. Everything was kind of going against them up until that turnover. And they capitalized there on Paris Miller with his athleticism. And we'll see if that gets their confidence up a little bit here, as now they've narrowed the gap down to 12.
Yeah, I think this finally puts them in the kind of position they've been looking to be in this whole game, putting up a score. They've got some momentum on their side. See if they can capitalize on this, maybe narrow that lead a little bit more going to the half. Still plenty of time left on the clock. So I think a big defensive stand here is really going to work in the Patriots' favor.
So Powell getting ready to kick this one away. And we'll see if their defense can come up big. Powell's kick up in the air. Short kick, and it's going to bounce and go out of bounds, which will be a penalty. And that will give Buccaneers good field position as kickoff goes out of bounds, and the Buccaneers will take over at the 35.
Well, still not the worst field position, but Christian Patriots, like I said, they're going to be looking for a huge defensive stand here. I think this is going to be a statement time of the game for the Patriots. They can come up with a big hold here, get another opportunity on the offensive side of the ball. They can narrow the gap in this lead, put themselves right back into the thick of this game.
Well, they're just going to elect to have Christian kick it over again rather than taking it at the 35. So Powell will come back in and look to kick this one over.
I'll tell you, on a hot night like this, I might just let that one go.
I think I don't want to run all the way back to the...
Well, I mean, and another issue is that the Christian Patriots, being, a private school, that they don't have the kind of roster that these other teams have in terms of just numbers and metrics. I mean, they're looking at a shorter number of people.
They have a lot of kids that are called up for this game from the JV roster due to injuries and just kind of a shorthanded roster.
Yeah, and that being the case, I might just say, you know what, we'll yield that one to them, but coaches know better than I do. That's why they're there. I'm up here.
Powell ready to kick again. This one goes towards the sideline, and it'll be fielded at the 32. And heading is Andre Pettis-Wilson, trying to get to the side and gets to midfield. He has a lot of room to work. He's at the 40, still going at the 30, and finally tripped up at the Patriot 21-yard line, 23-yard line. So a huge return there from Andre Pettis-Wilson. And just like that, Mission Bay gets momentum back.
Well, now they're looking at the opposite side of the field from where they were before. That's a bad outcome for the Patriots. But either way, like I said, a big defensive stand here is going to be a difference maker. Right now, Mission Bay is at least in field goal position, so they can up that score differential. I think this is going to be huge for the Patriots.
So 1st and 10 from the 23. Ball handed off. And a pickup of a couple from Kinder. And brings up 2nd down and 8. 6:38 remaining in the first half. 19-7. Mission Bay has the lead, and now they're threatening for more after that big return from Pettis-Wilson.
Yeah, and I think that was another example of one of those broken plays where Mission Bay just capitalizes on it. They've got the athletes on the team. They've got the talent on their roster. You hate to see another execution problem like that just lead to huge yardage for Mission Bay.
2nd down and 8. Looking to throw is Plum, who's back into the ball game. And did he make the catch? No, they're saying it's incomplete. Yeah, far side official said no, he didn't have possession of it. Brings up 3rd down and 8. Can't make out who that receiver was.
I think he had his feet on the ground planted, but he was still juggling the ball a little bit. Wasn't quite able to get it in possession in time.
I believe Andre Pettis-Wilson was the intended receiver there. So 3rd down and 8.
Still exuberant Christian Patriots crowd. They're looking for a big defensive stand as well.
Plum will pitch to Phillips, who's looking to throw. Phillips fires and dropped. Play worked to perfection up until the end, where it looks like Devon Martin was the intended receiver and couldn't hold on to it.
That deception certainly worked. I think they had the defense fooled, but just a dropped catch, that's what cost that play from working out.
And that was incomplete pass, but Phillips, great throw, just couldn't hold on.
I think otherwise that play would have worked out beautifully.
So 4th down and 8, and we have another timeout on the field with 6:03 left in the half. 19-7, Mission Bay on top.
And PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football as well as Saturday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the entire country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
So I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Andy Lockard here at Granite Hills High, El Cajon, California. And we mentioned at the top of the broadcast a very warm night here in East County.
A little toasty, a little humid.
And a big 4th down coming up here for the Christian defense. As they, after giving up that big kickoff return after they scored their touchdown, they have a chance to stop them here and get the ball back. So 4th and 8, big play in this ball game. Paloma's going to look to throw. He fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. The ball is dropped. And that's going to give the ball back to Christian. I believe that was Eric Parker, the intended receiver, who just couldn't hold on to that.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Patriots. I believe that was Philip George who got a hand on that pass. It looks like the receiver was juggling with it just a little bit, and he managed to slap it out of his hands. So well executed finally by Christian. And I think this puts him right back at 5:59, 6 minutes left on the clock, essentially, left to put up another score going into half.
Ball is handed off to Paris Miller. Miller makes a man miss and breaks out of a tackle and finally wrestled down. A nice pickup on 1st down, pickup of about 8. So it'll be 2nd and 2. Paris Miller is a stud. I just watching him in this game and watching him a few weeks ago, he is a nice addition, or not an addition, I should say, a nice asset to have on your team.
I agree, and I've been admiring his speed all night. It looks like, if he had sort of a weakness, I would say if he gets 1 or 2 touches on him, he kind of loses his balance a bit. He's not one of those wrecking ball sort of running backs, but he is incredibly fast. I think that's a huge asset for the Patriots.
And he is only a junior as they try the end around here, and not a lot of room there. Zane Kaufman is wrapped up in a big loss. Instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and long. 3rd down, and we'll call it 7.
That was Farabee who ended up knocking him down. But now with the 3rd down, they're going to have to look to the pass play. It's been a huge, huge hole in the offense for the Patriots. They have not been able to resolve that question mark. So hopefully we're going to see something a little bit different here from the Patriots. Maybe go to a different play, a little deeper cut in the book. See what they can come up with less than 5 minutes left on the clock.
4:45 on this 3rd down and about 7. For Carrillo and company. Carrillo is going to pitch over to Trevor Howell, who's looking to throw and gets it back to Carrillo and tripped up just shy of the 1st down, I believe. Or he may just have it. It's going to depend on the spot, but a nice little trickeration there. And it is going to be a 1st down for the Patriots. So nice trickeration there as the pitch to Howell, and Howell turns around and fires it for a 1st down.
Well, a little bit of foresight on my part, I think, there, Andrew. But they know best down on the field. Like I was saying, a deeper cut out of the playbook, a little bit of a trick play, some deception, worked out perfectly for the Patriots.
1st and 10, Owens the ball carrier. He'll pick up about a yard. 2nd and 9, not a lot of room. Owens been fairly quiet here tonight.
He has been quiet, and that's been a big surprise to me. I was expecting a lot more out of him. Like I said, he's assembled some huge statistics for his running game so far this season. We just haven't seen that much of him here tonight.
And so 2nd down coming up here for the Patriots. Carrillo will look to throw. He is under pressure, and the ball is stripped away and picked up by Owens, and Owens is going to run and be close to the first down.
There's Owens.
He was in the right place at the right time. As the ball was knocked away, Owens picks it up and scrambles for a first down. Mission Bay is arguing that should have been an incomplete pass, but I think the official got it right there as the ball was stripped away before Carrillo's arm was moving forward, which would make it a fumble, and Owens returns it.
I think it was close, but obviously at this level we don't have the benefit of an instant replay, so I think you got to really defer to the call on the field. They have the best look at it down there.
And before this play could even begin, we have whistles stopping the play, which is a benefit for Christian because that play wasn't going anywhere. And we'll wait to see what the call was. It's going to be an offsides penalty going against the Buccaneers, and so Christian will get the free 5 yards. With 3:21 left here in the first half, if they can score here before the end of the half and bring this to a one-possession game, you got to be thrilled if you're the coaching staff of Christian.
Yeah, I think that's a great outcome given the kind of hole they've been having to climb out of. By the way, luck's been on the side of the Patriots in this drive. Things have certainly gone in their favor.
So 1st and 5 after the offsides penalty. Carrillo is going to throw on 1st and short. Fires over the middle, and it's knocked incomplete. And that was Jameer Ransom who knocked that one away. And brings up 2nd and 5.
Ransom just said no way on that pass. He was all over it, just slapped it down.
So 3:03 remaining in the half, 19-7. Mission Bay leads, but Christian has the ball near midfield. They're at their own 48. 2nd and 5. Owens and Miller in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off to Paris Miller on that counter play again. He breaks out of a tackle. He has room. He's at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Paris Miller. From 58 yards out, and a flag comes flying in late.
I think they're going to penalize that.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that entrance into the end zone, they didn't agree with that. Either way, I think Paris Miller has been the biggest asset on the offense for the Patriots. He shows why right there. If he gets open field, he's so fast, he's so dangerous. Great play by him, not only to make that big run down the field, but he broke a couple tackles to get there, and I think that was really important.
And Paris Miller has been the offense tonight for Christian as he breaks free, and we're waiting for the official call, and it's most likely going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yeah, that's what they gave it.
As Miller a little too excited as he got into the end zone there.
Rightfully so. That was a huge play. I think that last defensive hold by the Patriots followed up with a successful scoring drive. Huge turn of events in the Patriots' favor.
Well, the Powell will kick the extra point, and I believe they're going to enforce the penalty on the kickoff, which should give Mission Bay great field position with 2:52 left in the half as Powell comes in and knocks the extra point through. So 19-14. Christian has come roaring back. With 2:52 left in the half, they trail by 5 here on PlayOnSports.com.
There's still quite a bit of football left to play here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. We'll be selecting our player of the game as well as wrapping up all the action from this ball game. That'll be coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
So it's been an exciting first half. First quarter looked like Mission Bay was going to blow this one open, and Christian showing some resilience here and hanging with it. And just like that, they trail only by 5, but now they're going to give Mission Bay great field position.
Yeah, I think those unsportsmanlike penalties, you see them every single time a player does anything unconventional going into the end zone, and I think they're just silly penalties to take. I understand it's an emotional game. You get wrapped up in it. But if I were a coach, I would enforce a zero tolerance for that because it costs your team yards.
Especially after you just got momentum like that, and now you basically give Mission Bay a free 15 yards. So Mission Bay is going to get, barring a disaster here, is going to get great field position. And so it's going to be up to the Christian defense to continue what they've been doing here this quarter.
Yeah, and they're still going to have a lot of clock to work with. So I think not the most sagacious of plays by Paris Miller.
So Powell's kickoff is going to be a squib kick and will bounce to Pettis Wilson, who picks it up and is going to be brought down. So it actually turns out to be not a bad penalty as Pettis Wilson catches it at the 32 and just before a Christian player got to him. Lucky that Christian could have recovered that, but not a bad play as that squib kick didn't allow a big return.
That was Philip George again. We've seen him make a couple of heat-seeking missile tackles where he just finds his man, takes down his target. Another great play by him, and like you said, Andy, puts them in not so bad field position.
The ball will be at the 33 with 2:50 left in the half. Plum is under center. And Plum is looking to throw. He'll fire a quick little screen pass. Not a lot of room. A pickup of maybe a yard as he got that out to Kinder. And Kinder couldn't break free. 2nd down and 9.
I think that was Zane Kaufman or Vaughn Owens combining on that play. Seeing them both offensively and defensively doing a great job. By the way, good job limiting the yardage on that play.
So 2nd down. They're going to say he got maybe a half a yard, so we'll just still call it 2nd and 10. Good job there by the Christian defense as we have 2:09 left in the half. Plum will hand the ball off. And up the middle, pickup of about 5, maybe 6, goes Kinder, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
And, you know, this drive is also going to be critical for the Patriots defense. They can limit, that is to say, if they can hold Mission Bay, prevent them from scoring here, this puts them right back in the rodeo. They'll be down only 5 points going into half. That's huge coming out of a 19-point deficit.
Definitely. And, again, it looked like Mission Bay was going to blow this one open early, but Christian has made some adjustments. Fire over the middle. It's complete. And heading down the field, a huge pickup on 3rd down to the 34-yard line of Christian. And that was completed to Kelly Weiss, getting his first touch of the evening, and came at a good time for Mission Bay as that was picked up for a lot of yards and putting it inside Christian territory.
And that'll stop the clock, too, with 1:11. Actually, they're going to go ahead and keep running it once they move the change. So they're going to have a minute to work with here, getting closer to field goal range as well.
Plum pump fakes, now goes deep and is going to overthrow his intended receiver there, Kyle Plum, and brings up 2nd and 10. That one wasn't close. 55.6 seconds left in the half.
Going to see some interesting play calls, I imagine, as we finish up the first half of play. 55.6. In this situation, I think they're just trying to gun for the end zone. Maybe if they get to 3rd down, what they're going to look for is just a running play to put themselves into kicking position to field goal range. We'll see what happens here on 2nd down. I imagine they're going to go for another deep play.
Second and 10, 55.6 left in the first half. Ball is handed off, and nice job by the defensive front for Christian, limiting that run to only about a yard as Kinder had nowhere to go. Or, excuse me, that was James Phillips who had nowhere to go, and it brings up 3rd and 9. With 38 seconds left, and Mission Bay needs to show a little bit of urgency here. The clock is rolling down pretty quick, down under 30 seconds now as they're just now lining up to the line of scrimmage. Ball is at the 33.
So this might be their last play.
Fake handoff, under pressure as Plum. He rolls out of it, looking to throw, and he's brought down for a sack. And stays in bounds, so the clock will continue to roll. And I think Mission Bay will just be content to run this one out, avoiding disaster there as it's 5 seconds left, and Mission Bay believe that they're just going to call a timeout, and that will do it for the first half. So an entertaining first half with Mission Bay heading to the locker room with a 5-point lead, 19-14, a tale of 2 quarters as Mission Bay owned the first quarter and Christian owned the second quarter, and that leads us to halftime. 19-14, Mission Bay on top. We'll step aside. We'll be back with the second half in a bit here on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
1, 2, 3,
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com, your home for high school sports, where high school sports lives, as we're here at Granite Hills High School, where Christian and Mission Bay are battling it out, a battle of 2 quarters. Mission Bay has a 19-14 lead. They dominated that first quarter, and then Christian kind of made some adjustments, and here they are trailing only by 5.
Yeah, I think it's been a game of errors mostly. We saw costly errors by Christian that put them in that big hole. Then we saw some errors by Mission Bay, and that translated into big points for Christian. So I think it's been back and forth. Like you said, almost 2 very different halves that have led to this point. But I think Christian has really been stepping it up. They've been executing well, especially in that second quarter. And I think, it's anybody's ball game at this point, only a 5-point differential.
It is the James Phillips show and the Paris Miller show, as both of those guys for their respective schools. Paris Miller for Christian with 2 touchdowns. And Phillips for 2 for the Buccaneers. Christian will start the second half by kicking this one off. Ball is in the air. It's going to bounce and be fielded by Pettis Wilson. Makes a man miss, trying to get towards the middle of the field. Still going before he is hit and brought down near the 40. 40-yard line is where Pettis Wilson will be brought down, and the Buccaneers will start from there. So their first drive here in the second half will start with good field position as they're at their own 40.
Again, the Patriots prefer that bouncing kick, almost like an onside kick style. But either way, Pettis Wilson capitalizes on that, manages to fight his way all the way to the 40-yard line. So a good run from him and a bit of a dog pile at the end that'll end up road blocking him, but a good run nonetheless.
So Plum under center. Going to pitch to the far side to Phillips, and Phillips hits a man and runs him over as he picks up 5 yards in the process. Nice run there by Phillips.
Bit of a bulldozer run on that play.
So Phillips, 2 touchdowns in that first half, one from short 3 yards out, and the other one from a lot longer than that, 72 yards out. So Phillips having himself a good game. Paris Miller on the other end has 2 touchdown runs, one from 12 yards out and the other from 58. So 2 running backs are matching each other on the field tonight. 2nd and 5 after that run there from Phillips. Hands off. Quick handoff up the middle to Kinder, and Kinder brings it up to near midfield. He'll be about 1.5 yards shy of the first down marker. He brought down at close to the 49. It's about the 48.5.
Kinder's been good for some short yard pickups in this game. I think they've turned to him a couple times in that situation, and he's executed pretty well.
So 3rd and short as the ball is near midfield. 19-14 the score. Mission Bay has the lead. They have the ball. Pitch over to Phillips, and Phillips has the corner, has a first down and more, and he is finally dragged down at the 39-yard line of Christian. So a big pickup there from the big running back Phillips to keep this drive going.
As we've mentioned, a lot of athletes on that Mission Bay squad, and when they get open range, when they get some open field out there, they can run really swiftly up the field. And that's been an issue for Christian all game.
They're going to say he stepped out at the 41, so still a big run, but it'll be at the 41 rather than the 39 for Mission Bay. Plum looking to throw, fires, and has it complete to the younger Plum. And brought down at the 35-yard line is Kyle. Or I should say the older Plum. Kyle, the senior, while Nicholas is the junior. So opening drive here in the second half as we approach the 10-minute mark. 19-14, Mission Bay has the lead. They have it inside Christian territory at the Patriot 36. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And what cost the Patriots in the first half was those long plays, those poorly executed plays where Mission Bay was able to pick up huge yardage, so they're going to be looking to prevent that.
Ball is handed off to Phillips, and he is hit in the backfield and brought down at the line of scrimmage, so a good job there by the defensive front of the Patriots. That play went nowhere, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, great containment there by the Patriots. They made a couple big defensive stands in the second quarter of the last half, and I think they're going to look to repeat that success here, keep some of that momentum going.
So 3rd and 5. Nicholas Plum takes the snap, and he's looking to throw a fire. His ball is dropped. Would have had the first down, but the ball was dropped. And it brings up 4th down. I believe that was Eric Parker, the intended receiver. And it brings up 4th and 5, and really kind of in no man's land here for Mission Bay as they have to go for it.
I think that actually might have been Pettis Wilson.
Check that, Pettis Wilson.
By the way, he got railed after that incomplete pass.
4th and 5, they're going to run it. A pitch to Phillips. Phillips trying to get to the corner and is tripped up near the marker, but we'll see if he got it. Ooh, that's a favorable spot. Much to the dismay of the Christian fans, as I'm sure you folks at home could hear.
Yeah, the Christian coach standing right by where that was called at, and they're letting him know that they disagree with that play call.
Now, I believe they're going to have to measure this, but from that spot, it looks like they're going to have it. It looked like he was about 1 yard shy.
Yeah, but you might be able to hear the fans and others in the booth here. They're saying that he went out of bounds before where they're spotting
exactly.
that.
It looked like he's about a yard shy, and what makes that worse is that was fourth down. So it would have been Christian football.
Right, it would have been turnover on downs. Either way, I think it's going to be a close spot.
Yeah.
I think a generous spot.
The chains are out is blocked here. We will have to wait for the officials' view as the view is blocked by the sideline of Christian. And there it is, first down for Mission Bay. And I'm sure you heard that at home. That pretty much sums it up here on the Christian side on that call.
Some polite dissent from that spot on the field.
So that gives Mission Bay first down. 8:44 left in the third quarter. As the chains are just getting back, and we are ready to resume play. Plum has two backs behind him, and he'll hand it off to Phillips again. Phillips has a huge hole on the left side, and he is tripped up after he picks up the first down. He is brought down at the 20. Huge hole there for Phillips.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy, too. He's tough to bring down at nearly 200 pounds. But he had plenty of open turf up in the middle of the field. Puts his team that much closer to another score. Not the kind of a start to the half that Christian Patriots were looking for.
But almost had that stop there if, depending on who you ask, on that last fourth down attempt. Almost came up with a stop there, but as it is, it will be Mission Bay football, 1st and 10 from the 19. Plum will hand the ball off the middle, and not a lot of room there. Maybe a gain of a yard as Zane Kaufman was there on the stop.
Stuffed right up the middle. That's kind of stops that Christian's looking for. If they can shut down that running game, that takes a huge chunk of the Mission Bay offense out of commission.
And Mission Bay has had the ball this entire second half. 7:33 left here in the third. 2nd and 9. Play fake from Plum. Plum will fire over the middle. Has a man complete. And near the end zone and down at the 1.
You know, I thought he might have had it. He just needs to break the plane of the end zone.
And that was Kyle Plum, though. Looked like he may have broken that, but they're going to say he's just short. So it's going to be 1st and goal from inside the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and after that last call where they spotted it a little bit generously in Mission Bay's favor, this one goes the other way. Christian Patriots will have a chance to stuff him. It's only going to be 1st and goal. Mission Bay has a big opportunity here.
1st and goal from the 1. And we have movement going against Mission Bay, so that will move them back 5 yards. So that's a big break for the Patriots. Instead of 1st and goal from the half-yard line, now they'll move back to the 5.
Looks like a couple players on the offensive line of Mission Bay just kind of jumped the gun on that one.
And that's the kind of things that would drive a coach crazy. You have it 1st down and less than a yard from inside the 1, and you shoot yourself in the foot on an unforced error.
Well, now it's a whole different strategy. I mean, obviously, as you know, Andrew, is you're playing a lot differently out from the 6 yard line as you would be from, inches to the goal line. Whole different set of strategies.
So 6:48 left in the third. 1st and goal from about the 5.5. Ball is handed off to Kinder, and he is bottled up, and he'll lose a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. So Mission Bay is moving the wrong direction.
A couple players combining on that tackle. Looks like Zane Kaufman was first to the chase.
Zane Kaufman has been big so far on this defensive series.
Yeah, huge defensive asset for Christian.
So 2nd and goal. 6:15 left in the third. 19-14 Mission Bay leads. They're looking for more. Christian trying to come up with a stop. Pitch out to the near side. That's Phillips again, and he is bottled up as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. And that will bring up 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, just like that, 3rd down. Some big plays by Christian Patriots. It's going to be probably one more whack at it by Mission Bay before they try and attempt a kick, although we haven't seen them go for a kick yet this game.
Well, their first one was blocked.
Right.
And we have, I believe, a timeout by Mission Bay. They realize they don't want to waste this opportunity. So timeout on the field. 5:42 left in the third quarter. 19-14, Mission Bay leads.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools, that is, to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Andy Lockard here at Granite Hills High School, where Christian plays its home games. The Christian campus only a few minutes away from here. El Cajon, just east of San Diego. I want to thank everyone for tuning in wherever you may be listening from. I know we have listeners from all across the globe. People from serving our country to alumni and fans in China and all over Europe. And so, again, we thank you from wherever you're tuning in. So 3rd and goal from the 7 as we are coming out of that timeout. Plum hands it off to Phillips. He has a hole on the left side, driving the pile. He's going to be short. It'll bring up 4th and goal as Phillips picks up about 3. It'll be 4th and goal from near the 5. So the Christian defense has really come up big. And here comes, they're going to try a field goal here, which is smart because if you make it, it makes it an 8-point lead. And this is basically the same thing as an extra point.
Yeah, I think there's some question marks as to the Mission Bay kicking unit, because we haven't seen a whole lot of confidence in them from the coaching staff. They haven't really called on them. So we'll see if they can answer that call here now.
And this will be a 22-yard attempt. Snap's good. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. So that is why they haven't been trying to kick for the most part in this game, as that one is wide left. And Christian, who had it on the defensive side, 1st and goal from inside the 1, comes up with a stop.
Yeah, that kick, I don't know if it was the hold or the kick itself, but either way the ball was going almost like a sidewinder, going sideways up, and I believe it shanked a little bit to the left side. But either way, I think that answers the question as to why we haven't seen too much of the Mission Bay kicking unit. But either way, Christian managed to put up a big hold right there, Andrew, and now they're sitting pretty only at their own 20-yard line.
So a pitch to Paris Miller. Miller has some room. He crosses at 25. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. Makes a man miss. He's at the 50. The 40. 30. And finally caught from behind at the Mission Bay 20-yard line as Keziah Farabee chases him down. And Paris Miller is having a monster night.
He certainly is. He's been a breakout player on the offense for Christian. But you can tell he was definitely out of gas by the time he was at about the 20-yard line, maybe a little bit before that. But just an incredible job getting downfield in the first place, breaking the tackles. They had 2 strong players vying for a tackle on him, managed to break both of those and stretch the yardage. Now Christian sitting at their own 20.
Carrillo hands the ball off again to Miller, and Miller not getting a lot of time to catch his breath there, but a big pickup on 1st down as he picks up 6. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, they got to get him some water.
Second and 4 as Christian is at the 15-yard line of Mission Bay, looking to take the lead for the first time in this game. Again, Miller gets the call on the left side, and he is bottled up. He'll be about 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down, brings up 3rd down. And this 3rd quarter has just flown by. 3:48 left in the 3rd. Mission Bay had it for over 7 minutes on that opening drive in the second half, only to come away empty. And Christian, just within a couple plays, has now marched it inside the 15-yard line of Mission Bay.
And Christian has the wind blowing into their sails right now. They got a full head of steam behind them. And if they put up 6 points here, just like that, they're in the lead coming back from a 19-point deficit.
And Christian wants to talk it over here on 3rd and short. So with 3:25 left in the 3rd, Mission Bay leads 19-14, but the Patriots are threatening.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
So what a ball game. Christian has not led in this game, but they are threatening here to change that. Both teams, as we mentioned at the top of the telecast, coming off heartbreaking losses last week. And it looks like someone's going to be coming off another heartbreak loss in this one. And we'll see who it is here in another quarter and some odd change.
And I think both teams are looking to drop into that 3-2 record. I think both teams obviously want to go 4-1, but 4-1 just looks a heck of a lot different than 3-2 on paper.
Owens, the ball carrier, and he'll dive forward. I don't know if he got it on third. No, they're saying he's short. It's going to be fourth down at about a yard. What do you do here if you're Christian?
I say you go for it. I think if you try and go for the field goal, you pick up 3 points, you're looking at 17, you're still down. I think it would make a huge statement. It would be a huge turn of events. They can put up the lead here. I think they got to go to Miller. He's been so excellent for them on this drive. I think you just got to pick up that short gain. It looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to go for it on fourth, but just a short run here, put them in position, and get a whole new set of downs.
Yeah, I don't see Miller in the game. It's Owens in the backfield, fourth down and a yard. Carrillo trying the hard count, trying to get the Buccaneers to jump off sides. It's not happening, so he's going to call a timeout. That's their second timeout as he tried to get the defense to jump. And now do they change their mind? Do they kick the field goal here?
I'm not sure. They might just be trying to give their boys some time. I know they were trying to catch Mission Bay off guard on that last play, but I think maybe they're just trying to get everybody's breath gathered here. They had a lot of yardage movement down the field. Either way, PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, and in addition to Saturday night football action, it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the entire country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
So it's been a very entertaining game to this point. And again, at the very beginning, it looked like Mission Bay might run away with it, but the tide has changed where Christian now has a chance to take the lead. They're still lining up to go for it, and this time Miller will come into the game. He wasn't in the last time. Give him another option here as he and Owens will now check that Miller will run off the field as he was on for a split second. Now he's back off. It's fourth and short. It's going to be handed off to Owens. He has room. I believe he has the first down. He's still going, brought down, and he will have the first down. And move the chains. It will be first down, Patriots.
And again, we haven't seen that much of Owens in this game. Only a couple plays for him where he really was able to leave a mark. But that's one of those plays right there as he picks up the big first down. Now a whole new set of downs, 2:38 left in the third quarter. And down only 5 points. This would be a big score for Christian.
Hand off to Miller. Miller makes a man miss, and he is near the end zone. The ball pops out, and I believe Mission Bay falls on it. Now they're going to say it's going to be a touchback.
Yeah,
they say it's a touchback, which would give the ball to Mission Bay at the 20.
Let me tell you what I saw there, Andrew.
Now,
I saw Miller cross the plane. I think he got into the end zone before that ball was rattled loose. The refs have a better look at it down on the field than we have up here in the booth. That's definitely what I saw, is that he crossed the plane, so I would have ruled that a touchdown for Christian.
Yeah, and the coaching staff for Christian not happy with that. And it looked like he may have crossed over, but it's going to be Buccaneer football at the 20.
It was certainly close, but I mean, it seemed pretty clear to me that he had crossed the plane from up here.
Ball is handed off, and about a 9-yard pickup is Kinder, and that's a big blow for Christian. That just kind of takes the wind out your sail there, as you had a great drive. You went 79 yards, and it looks like you got in, but just like that, Mission Bay takes over.
Everything was going in their favor on that drive, Christian, that is. Either way, horrible turn of events for them, but still, they're only down 5 points. Mission Bay has possession of the ball. If they can put up another big defensive stand, they're right back in this game.
2nd and 1. Ball handed off up the middle, and a pickup of a couple. It'll be enough to move the chains. 1st and 10. After that pickup by Kinder, and it's going to bring up first down.
Mission Bay, we've seen them switch over to a more of a running style offense, going with a lot of different players making the runs for them. But anyway, a little bit of a switch up in strategy. We saw them throw a little bit more often in the early goings. They've been definitely favoring the ground game here in the second half.
So minute 25 left to go here in the third. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Plum looking to throw, fires, and has Pettis Wilson makes the catch and runs out of bounds inside Patriot territory at the 38. Beautiful pass and a beautiful catch by Pettis Wilson.
I think Pettis Wilson just won the foot race on that, and using incredible speed to get to that ball in time. It was one of those floating light passes that when I saw that got thrown, I thought to myself, there's no way anybody's going to catch that. But he managed to beat the foot race, rather win the foot race and get there in time.
So a big first down there for Mission Bay, who's trying to get some breathing room here as they are clinging on to a 5-point lead with 1:16 left in the third. 1st and 10 from the Patriot 38. Plum will look to throw again. He will fire it. The flag comes out late, and it's going to be whistled dead, so no play.
So obviously that flag will be against the offense.
False start penalty, moving Mission Bay back 5 yards.
Otherwise it would have been the free play for Mission Bay.
So 1st and 15. One of only a few penalty markers we have seen in this ballgame. It's been a very clean game as far as penalties are concerned.
Cheers to both teams for doing that for us. It's always well appreciated when teams can put up a clean game. Everything runs smoothly.
And that's been the case here. Both teams playing extremely hard and playing extremely well on both sides. 1st and 15. Ball is marked at the 43. Under pressure as Plum, he's setting up the screen. And to Phillips, but Phillips is corralled in the backfield, spins out of a tackle before he's finally brought down. It'll be a loss of a couple. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 17. So good patience there by the Patriot defense, reading out that screenplay.
Good effort by Phillips, though. He had a lot of pressure on him, dodged a couple tackles, ended up getting hit pretty hard as a consequence. So guys coming with some full steam on him. By the way, 2nd down and 19 yards, and we're running out of time here in the third quarter. So if Christian can come up with a big play here, it's going to force the 4th down. We'll see what happens.
So Plum looking to throw, fires, and has it complete. I believe that's Pettis Wilson, and he's finally dragged out of bounds after he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or so past that.
Excuse me, I said 4th. I meant 3rd.
Yeah. So we'll bring up 3rd down and close to 10.
By the way, Mission Bay has been favoring those long passing plays the last couple sequences. We'll see if they go back to that here.
Third and 11. Plum looking to throw, fires, nice diving catch. And that's Kyle Plum who makes the diving catch, but he's short by a yard or so, maybe a yard and a half. And that will be the final play of the third quarter, but what a catch.
Yeah, I'm just impressed that he even made that catch in the first place. Forget about getting the first down. Just able to catch that ball was quite a feat.
And that will do it for the third quarter, which might have been the fastest third quarter in high school football history, as we will move to the fourth quarter. 19-14, Mission Bay leads.
And stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show, where we'll select our player of the game as well as wrap up all of the action from this ball game. That'll be coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
So Andrew Jensen alongside Andy Lockhart, and it's been a very entertaining game.
Absolutely. It's been real back and forth. I think, each quarter has just been a different story. And obviously a dramatic sequence of events down at the Christian end zone where they nearly pulled off. It
looked like he was in.
What appeared to be a touchdown was ruled not to be one. Instead, a turnover at the 20-yard line to Mission Bay. So obviously one of those worst possible outcomes for Christian, but they were right back into this game. They put up such a great effort to get there in the first place. So quite the high drama here.
And we're going to have more of it right here as fourth down is coming up. It's going to be fourth down, and we'll call it 2. So Christian with a crucial fourth down here, trying to get the ball back. And here we go. And I spoke too soon. The referee is saying, hold on a minute. The referees will try to fix whatever the holdup is.
I'm trying to make sure the ball is either spotted at the right place or that the chains are in the right place.
So here we go, fourth down and 2. Ball is handed off. No, a fake handoff, and it's complete on the play action. And it's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, he'll be well into first down territory by the time he's...
And that was Phillips, and you got to give all the credit to Plum for selling that fake. Everybody, including myself up here, thought that was handed off.
He bought into it, Andrew.
And Phillips comes up with a huge first down, and Phillips is having himself a big game with 2 touchdowns and now a key first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 26. Plum will pitch it over to Phillips, and Phillips is tripped up after he picks up about 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up here for the Buccaneers.
And obviously this would be a big score for the Buccaneers. They can put up 6 more points. They're going to push the score a little bit further in their favor. And we're running out of time here. This game is moving incredibly quick, but only 11 minutes now right about left in the fourth quarter play.
And exactly. So if they get in the end zone here, make it a 2-possession game, it's going to be awfully tough. But if they hold them, and you got to wonder if Mission Bay even considers another field goal attempt after they've had the issues with the missed field goal and the missed extra points. Fake handoff. Plum's going to fire over the middle, has a man wide open, completes it inside the 10. And that's going to bring up first down and goal.
Well, it's going to be tough to come up with the stand here. Christian's really putting themselves in a precarious position. But if they can come up with a big hold here, you imagine that Mission Bay, the Buccaneers, have just had 0 success with their kicking unit. So I don't think they're going to go back to that.
And that was Kelly Weiss with the reception there. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8. Plum fakes the handoff. He's under pressure, and he is hit hard. Brought down at the 15-yard line, and he was just crushed. And that was
Jack Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Jack Vanderbilt, the captain, comes flying in, a 6'2", 220, and just crushed Plum.
Yeah, that was a tough hit, and also I think Shea Hadoyan getting a little bit on that play as well. By the way, big play for Christian.
Yep. And that's what happened the last time they had Mission Bay had it 1st and goal. Their defense started to come up big, and they're going to need them to come up big here as we're under 10 minutes to go, 9:45 left. Mission Bay trying to make this a 2-possession game. Plum is looking to throw. He has time. It's picked off. Christian is going the other way. And brought down at about the 38-yard line.
Sebastian Swift, I think, who got the pick on
Sebastian Swift with a nice return as well, brings it out to near the 35-yard line.
Wow, that is exactly what Christian needed here, Andrew. Less than 10 minutes left on the clock, still down 5 points. We haven't seen a whole lot of scoring in the second half of the game, but it's just been tick-tock back and forth. Now Christian has it. Pretty good field position. Momentum's right back on their side.
I have a feeling Rayvon Owens is going to do something here shortly. He's been quiet this game, which scares you. And he is so capable of putting up big numbers. They're going to do a quick screen pass, and it's completed out to Howell.
And my goodness.
Passing forward over to Johnston, and Johnston's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown, and Christian has taken the lead.
I hope you can hear the crowd at home. There's certainly no avoiding the noise that we're getting from the crowd here. That was a huge play. That was Carrillo with the fake over to Trevor Howell. Howell just fired a laser beam. It so fooled the Mission Bay defense that they didn't even have any coverage back there in the secondary. And if you're a wide open field.
And if you're Christian here, you go for two, because right now an extra point doesn't really do much. Whereas if you go for two and convert, that way if Mission Bay does elect a field goal, all they'll do is tie. So smart move here by Christian to go for the two after that big play. Johnson with the recipient of that play. Handoff, and Paris Miller is in for the two-point conversion. And Christian, who hasn't led the entire game, now leads by 3, 22-19. 9:16 left in regulation here on PlayOnSports.com.
And do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Andrew, everything is coming up Christian right now.
Yeah, that was a big play, and they called it at the right time. They needed a big play. They needed a spark. They've been coming up so close this entire second half, and finally they break through and take the lead, 22-19. But still 9 minutes and 15 seconds left for Mission Bay now to get something going.
Plenty of time, but their offense has just been stopped on the last couple offensive drives by the Christian defense. And I think that last play was Christian's ace up their sleeve. I don't think you're going to be able to get away with that one twice.
And they used it at the right time. They got the momentum, they got the crowd, and more importantly, they have the lead. With 9:16 left in regulation, Mission Bay will look to answer. Mason Powell ready to kick this one off. High kickoff will sail back and be fielded at the 8-yard line. And out across the 20 near the 25 goes Devon Johnson.
I think that's the first standard kickoff that we've seen in this game. And so many squib kicks, so many bouncers, so many rollers. Kind of forgot what those look like.
9:09 left in the ball game. Mission Bay has it at their own 26 is where it'll officially be marked. So first and 10 from the 26. Plum will hand the ball off up the middle. And goes to Kinder, and Kinder is met in his tracks. He'll pick up a yard or so, but he paid the price. And it brings up second down and long.
And you can see how excited the Christian players are out on the field. You see the kind of force that they're applying with their hits now. They're hitting harder than they ever have in the whole game. So Mission Bay definitely in a bit of a bind here. Momentum not on their side.
Second down and 9. Under 9 to go, 8:37 left in the fourth. Pass is fired, and Plum is tripped up. As we have a new quarterback in as well. That's Devon Johnson back in at quarterback. And a flag is fired in the backfield, so we'll wait to see what that's all about. Is that roughing the passer?
Yeah, it looks like that's going to go against the Patriots.
So it would have been third down and 9. It is going to be a late hit. Roughing the passer will give an automatic first down and 15 yards to the Mission Bay. So instead of third and 9, they are now first and 10 with good field position. Things like that you gotta know. You gotta know that the ball is already thrown and just back off.
And you know what? I think that's a product of that excitement I had mentioned earlier.
Definitely.
They're definitely just they're jumping all over the place. They're hitting hard, and I think that might just be a bit of overzealousness on Christian's part.
So first and 10 from the 43 after the penalty. And Devon Johnson will hand the ball off to Phillips, and Phillips is tripped up at the line of scrimmage, gets back maybe a half a yard, and will bring up second and long.
And Phillips has been so good for his team in this game, just lost his footing on that last play. But either way, Christian, they need a huge stand here. They're up 3 points, managed to crawl back from a 19-0 deficit early in the game. They can make a stand here with only 8 minutes left on the clock. That would be huge.
Second down and long. Devon Johnson fires deep over the middle, looking for his intended receiver. Oh, incomplete. Almost came up with it. That's Austin Pettis-Wilson, who's arguing for a flag. He almost came up with that, but couldn't hold on. Third down and 9, about 9.5.
That's another one of those pass plays. When I saw that get thrown, I thought, no way anybody's going to be able to catch that. You saw Pettis-Wilson, such fleet speed, managed to make it out there, almost managed to bring in that ball, too. If it wasn't for the aggressive defensive backs of Christian, he might have come up with that.
Third and 10. And the Christian crowd is making some noise, trying to come up with a stop. Johnson going to fire on third and long, going deep. And the ball there's a jump ball. And I believe it's going to be picked off. It is intercepted by Christian. And that was Howell who came up with it. So Trevor Howell is having himself a monster game.
Oh, yeah, he's made a couple big plays for his team late in the goings here, but managing to come up with that pick there. That ball was just another lightly tossed one up in the air. Could have been anybody's game, but Howell positioned himself perfectly, got in front of that play, picked up the interception. Now it's Christian's game to lose. 7 minutes, 41 seconds left on the clock.
Trevor Howell, who was a big part of that touchdown a minute ago, obviously, and now coming up with maybe a game-saving or interception, and maybe making a vote for player of the game.
And the thing is, Andrew, that even if Mission Bay manages to make a stand here and prevent Christian from putting up another score, they're still down 3 points. That's a field goal. The field goal unit has not been strong for Mission Bay.
Johnson on the end-around play there, and it doesn't go anywhere, but there's going to be a late hit called there, or maybe even that's going to be going against, I believe that's going against Mission Bay on unnecessary roughness. Yep, that is going to be an unnecessary roughness going against. So instead of a loss on first down, they give them 15 yards, and Mission Bay now starting to feel some pressure. They led this entire game up until just a moment ago. And now they can kind of feel the time running out here with 7:32 remaining.
And they haven't put up any scores. They've been stuck at 19.
Yep.
Almost 3 solid quarters of this game.
22-19 is where we stand right now with Christian on top. The Patriots have it first and 10 from their own 37. Ball is handed off to Owens, who spins off a tackle and is still going and brought down near the first down mark. It'll be about a half yard shy, it looks like. But what a run by Rayvon Owens. And now you see the Mission Bay defenders kind of pointing at each other and getting frustrated. And if you're Christian, that's exactly what you want to see. And it is going to be a first down. It looked like he was a little bit short, but they'll give it to him.
Mission Bay was doing a good job containing Owens for the most part. He's had a couple big plays. Add on another right there.
First and 10. Ball's handed off on a pickup of a yard, maybe 2, to Miller, I believe. And Miller gets, we'll call it 2. Second down and 8.
Christian, they keep going to that fake handoff play with a run up the middle. Seems like that's where they're really performing at their best when they put some deception on it. Confuse the Mission Bay defense as to who's actually carrying the ball because they have a couple good runners back there. But if they can confuse the defense as to who is actually carrying the ball with the kind of speed that the runners on Christian has, they can pick up a couple extra yards that way.
Second and 8. Carrillo looking to throw, fires, has Johnson, and he'll be brought down at the 40. And Steven Johnson's having himself a big game as well, coming up with a clutch first down there at the 39-yard line of Mission Bay.
Patriots fans are definitely getting into this game. They have quite the home crowd here tonight. They brought the band. This is a home game for them, and they are reacting accordingly.
And we are at the 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. And if Christian can get on the scoreboard again and make things awfully tough for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 from the Mission Bay 39. 5:44 left on the clock. And we have flags flying in late. And it's going to be a delay of game call going against Christian, so move them back 5 yards.
Not what Christian wants, but that'll be what Christian gets.
Yeah, they're in position here to really kind of put a stranglehold on this game. They just got to limit the mistakes, and they pick up a first down or two. They're going to be in pretty good shape.
Just a couple more big plays, and they're in the end zone. Up 3 points. Kicking unit of Mission Bay has been defunct. So if they can pick up another score here, they'll be sitting real pretty.
Snap, ball is loose. Mission Bay says they have it, but is the play going to stand? Was it a dead ball?
It's confusing. There were some whistles blown. Flags thrown.
We'll see who they give it to. But the ball, there's some miscommunication between the center and the quarterback, and it's going to be a false start penalty. No, it's an illegal formation penalty that's going to be declined, and that gives Mission Bay the football. Wow.
That was a weird one.
Could be a major turn of events right there. Christian was looking good, moving the football, and a little bit of miscommunication and a fumble. Mission Bay recovers. They'll have it now, 1st and 10 from the 46.
Well, it's going to put the burden on the Christian defense. They've come up big ever since Mission Bay put up those initial 19 points. But they're going to have to be big again.
And Rayvon Owens picks up, or excuse me, that's Rayvon Owens, that's the Phillips. A pickup of a couple there. 2nd down and 8 as we are approaching the 5-minute mark. Wow, how things can change in this game.
Absolutely.
2nd and 8. Devon Johnson fires incomplete, looking for Pettis Wilson. And it brings up 3rd down and 8. The Christians defense, you mentioned it a minute ago, Mission Bay scored 19 pretty quick. And from that time in the first quarter, the Christian defense has been stout.
Absolutely, and things are looking good again here. They're already on 3rd down.
And you figure this is going to be 4-down territory for Mission Bay, kind of based on their history of what we've seen throughout this game. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, I imagine they'd have to go for it, especially with the clock winding down as it is still down 3 points.
We'll see if they have to worry about that on 3rd and 8. Ball is passed, and it looks like it is complete. It is. 1st down and 10 inside Christian territory.
Definitely an athletic catch there to manage to keep that inbounds. It was awfully close at the sideline.
Kyle Plum again. He's been making athletic catches after athletic catch in this ball game.
Absolutely, and they seem like they're always right along the line.
So 4:45 left in the game. Clock is stopped as Plum stepped out of bounds. Draw play to Phillips, and Phillips has some room. He has a 1st down and a little bit more before he is tripped up inside the 30. And now Mission Bay is in position to do some damage.
They certainly are, and if they pick up a score here, that'll put them right around 25, opportunity for 26. So either way, if they do put up the score here, it's still going to be a really close game. It'll be enough time on the clock, depending on how long this drive takes. There's a lot of variables out in the air.
Ball is handed off to Conjure up the middle, and he has solid yards on 1st down as he picks up close to 8 on 1st down, and we are approaching the 4-minute mark. 4:13 left in the ball game.
Looks like it's going to be an exciting finish here either way, Andrew.
They'll mark it for a gain of 7 officially. So second down and 3 with under 4 to go. 3:57. Phillips and Kinder in the I formation. Oh, there's movement, and there it is. Offense, it's going to be a false start call against the Buccaneers. So instead of second and short, it's now going to be second and long. And we talked about just those things that you can control. Coaches right now are pulling their hair out.
They cannot be pleased with that. Either way, and that's going to eat up time off the clock as well. Still about 3.5 minutes left to go, though. They'll have an opportunity as they'll do second down over.
Second down and 8. Fake the handoff. Devon Johnson under pressure, fires, and it's dropped. Looking for Kinder, and Kinder just drops it, looking to run before he corralled it.
Kinder was wide open. I don't think he was even in front of the line of scrimmage, though. Either way, got to catch it first, then try and make the run, not the other way around.
It's a 3rd and 8. From here, it would be about a 42-yard field goal, but we've seen how Mission Bay's kicking game has struggled, and I doubt they would try for that if it comes to 4th down.
Not a gambling man, but I wouldn't put money on that one.
Devon Johnson looking to throw. He has all day to throw it. Now the pocket starts to collapse. Johnson will fire and will overthrow his receiver, and here comes 4th down.
Just ran out of options. He had all night and day to get that pass off. Just couldn't find anybody that was open. Ends up just throwing it away. But this is a make-or-break play for Mission Bay. The Buccaneers are in such a position that they need to put up a score here because if Christian gets possession, once again, they just got to eat that clock away.
And again, field goal not an option here. 42-yarder, not an option, as Mission Bay, as we've seen, not very proficient at the kicking game. And here we go. The game comes down to this. 3:09 remaining, 4th down and 8. Fires over the middle. Pettis Wilson was there, but can't bring it in. Falls incomplete. And Christian will take over. Their defense bends but doesn't break yet again, and that has been the story all night.
And you see Pettis Wilson getting up slow. He wanted that one. He almost got a hand on it. He had to go up in midair to try and bring that ball in.
Looked like it may have been deflected a little bit at the last second.
Yeah, perhaps. But either way, he came awfully close to making a play on that, and he would have been in the end zone too. But just like that, 3 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Christian's going to have possession. Whole new set of downs. It is their game to lose. All they have to do is eat up as much clock as humanly possible.
First and 10 from their own 25. Mission Bay can still get it back if they force a 3 and out. Punch or pitch out to Owens, and Owens is hit after he picks up a couple. And it'll bring up second down, and we'll call it 7, but the clock rolls. 2:53 remaining. Perhaps one first down away from ending this thing here as Mission Bay, I believe, just burned the timeout. They did. So 2:51 remaining.
And I do need to mention that you need to stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show where we will select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That'll be coming up following the game, which looks is about to be 2 minutes, 51 seconds away. And it'll be on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Looking forward to that, Andrew.
Yeah, and as it is right now, I mean, barring some crazy play happening, right, my vote would have to go to Howell at this point. Had that big interception.
Absolutely, and that passing play for the touchdown.
So really, he's been the difference maker in this game. And
Howell's only a sophomore, too.
Bright future for him here at Christian High. 22-19. Christian has the lead. 2:51 remaining. It's second down and 7 after Mission Bay just called that timeout. Ball is handed off, and a huge hole. Nothing but green. As Zane Kaufman is at the 10, the 5. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Christian. And Zane Kaufman may have just put the nail in the coffin.
I think he did, Andrew. Kaufman, he was really scuttling down that field. I don't think he's the kind of guy you go to for speed. But, man, did he move those legs to get down the field. He had a lot of Mission Bay players catching up with him on his rear. Managed to put that one away, though. I think that's going to put this game out of reach for the Buccaneers.
Mission Bay loaded up the box there, trying to come up with a stop, and Howell got past the initial line of defenders, and he was gone. And the extra point is up and good from Mason Powell. So the lead is 10, 29-19. The Patriots have the lead over Mission Bay with 2:38 remaining in regulation, and it looks like Christian may have just sealed this one up.
And PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events and all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
.238 remaining in Mission Bay. We'll have to pull out a miracle here if they're going to walk away victorious in this one.
Well, they're at least 2 scores away, which means that they have 2:38. They're going to be receiving the kickoff here. So if they can come up with a quick score, put up 6-7 points, it's still conceivable.
Well, it's conceivable. It's going to be tough. I mean, ideally you're going to have to score really quick, get the onside kick, and then score again, obviously. But
yeah, I mean,
you're going to have to score quick here. You can't take up too much time because you need to score again.
Dilly-dally, yeah.
High kick, and it will be fielded by Pettis Wilson. He bobbles the kick, but will pick it up at the 10. Crosses the 20. He's at the 30, 35, and dragged down near the 40. So a good return from Pettis Wilson with 2:31 remaining for the Buccaneers.
It's like Pettis Wilson is slow to get up. He'll get up on his own, which is good. 2:30 left on the clock, though. A good run by Pettis Wilson. But like I was saying, though, if you put up a quick score, maybe go for a 2-point conversion, put up 8 points on the board. At that point, you're only a field goal away from not only tying, but putting yourself in the lead. Again, that's all impingent upon that score coming quick and early. So as much time as Christian can eat off this clock is all going to go in their favor. Like I said, it's their game to lose, up 10 points.
2:31. 1st and 10 from the 40.
Oh.
Ball passes deflected away, incomplete, as Devon Johnson had that one knocked away, brings up 2nd and 10.
Hard to tell if that was Jack Vanderbilt or Shea Doyen got to that one first. Either way, that was just spanked out of midair.
Second and 10. Pass is fired and complete. Plum made the catch, but paid the price as Philip George came in and leveled him. Give credit for Plum for even hanging on to that.
Yeah, when Philip George makes a hit, he makes a hit. I mean, you could practically hear that up here.
I'm sure you folks at home can hear the enthusiasm here on the Christian sideline, or Christian fans, as we're under 2 minutes to go, 1:50 to go. 3rd down and 5 from the 45 is Mission Bay. And Devon Johnson will look to throw. He's going to scramble. Fires, and the ball is knocked loose, incomplete. Pettis Wilson was the intended receiver. So that brings up 4th down and the game, basically. If they don't convert here, Christian can take a knee, and that will be all she wrote.
$1:37 left on the clock. Obviously, Christian's sitting in a good position here. They're really forcing the Buccaneers to make big plays, especially now in this 4th down situation. They need to come up with something big here. Not only do they have to come up with something big, they have to make a score and then make another score on top of that.
4th down. 4th and 5, the game on the line here. As Johnson has time to throw. Now the pocket collapses. He's under pressure. Breaks out of it. Has the room to run. And will be chased out of bounds. Where is he marked? It looks like he's going to be short.
I think it's going to be about a yard short.
That should do it. As Christian will get the ball back. And now they'll just need to take a knee. And this one will be over with. 29-19. Looks like the final here is just, it's kind of a technicality before this one's all said and done.
Yep, they're going to spot that one, like I said, about a yard short. I'll tell you, though, Andrew, Christian, they were down 19 points.
Early, too. Quick.
Not only that, but they managed to limit Mission Bay to those 19 points. They couldn't even get another point up on the board after that. I mean, what an outcome considering the early goings in this game.
And Carrillo will take a knee. And so Christian will move to 4-1 as they will get over that heartbreaking loss. Meanwhile, Mission Bay will suffer yet another heartbreaking loss. Referees are stopping play for whatever reason.
I don't think they should do that at this point.
There should be one. I guess there's supposed to be 9 more seconds on the clock.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, that's going to be dispositive here, so let's get that right.
As a scorekeeper trying to get the clock to where it was at 1:11. The referee stopped play and said move it back to 1:20.
Well, it's a chance for everybody to get some water. Has been a hot night. Christian, they got a shorter roster than you would see from most teams, so a couple players going both ways, defensively and offensively, so always a fatigue consideration on their part.
Mission Bay will take on a tough Madison squad next week, so it won't get any easier for them. Meanwhile, Christian will be here for homecoming, taking on Coronado. There's another kneel down. They should only have to take one more kneel here, barring another stoppage, and we should be all said and done. And thinking Trevor Howell will be our player of the game. Any dispute there?
I won't contest that.
Big interception, big touchdown pass when the game was on the line. He did both of those.
Just that huge play. I mean, it was a deception play. It was a trick play. And that it managed to pan out, I think, was just marvelous in and of itself. But on top of that, it was a huge play for his team.
And Carrillo will take a knee, and that should do it, as there's about 38 seconds remaining. I'm not sure if they'll have to get one more snap off here. It depends on.
Looks like they will. At least the refs are setting it up as if that is the case.
So Mission Bay coming off back-to-back tough losses, and then it won't get any easier as they have to take on Madison, one of the better teams in the county, next week. So 4th down here with 10 seconds left. They'll have to take another knee, so Mission Bay. Well, Carrillo is just going to smart here, just run around and kind of get the clock to. And that will do it. The clock is at 0. 29-19 is the final. Christian will walk away with the victory. As they move to 4-1, Mission Bay falls to 3-2. Stay tuned. We're going to grab Trevor Howell, our player of the game. We'll come back with an interview with him and wrap things up here from Granite Hills as Christian defeats the Buccaneers of Mission Bay 29-19.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You hear me all right? All right, let me talk. Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com. With us now, our player of the game, Trevor Howell. Congratulations after a 29-19 victory over Mission Bay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, talk about your performance. You had that huge interception when they were driving, and then, of course, that touchdown pass there. You were the man in this game. Talk about your performance.
Well, I got to give all the credit to my coaches and teammates, like the seniors that I look up to. They teach me a lot. They give me a lot to play for. And most importantly, all the glory to God.
Now, what was going through you guys' mind as a team when they jumped out to a quick 19-0 lead and looked like they may just blow this open, but you guys stormed back?
You know, we've always been taught to be resilient, and this team has so much fight in it. It's just ridiculous. And there's never a deficit that we don't think we can come back on. So.
Now, this is 3 weeks in a row that you guys have had a close game. El Cajon Valley a few weeks back where you guys didn't take the lead until the final seconds.
Right.
Then a heartbreaking loss last week. And then again tonight where you guys pull off a win late. This team, like you said, just talk about this team in general.
Well, like I said, we're super resilient, and it all comes down to coaches and the veterans on the team and how they prepare during the week. And Francis Parker was props to them because they came out and they beat us. But, we're super resilient, and I don't know. We just always seem to find a way.
Now walk us through those two plays, that touchdown pass and the interception that pretty much sealed it for you guys.
The touchdown pass, he called the play, and I was thinking, oh, God, this is all the pressure. But, I got it off, and Steven made a good catch.
And then the interception, did you have a good read on that the entire time? Or
all week we've been talking about the hitch and goes, and I was just taught by Coach McNeil not to jump on the pump fake there, and I didn't, and I just came up with the ball.
Now next week you guys have homecoming against Coronado. You know anything about them?
Not yet, but I'm sure we'll be watching plenty of film.
All right, well, go celebrate with your teammates. That was Trevor Howell, our player of the game here on PlayOnSports.com.
Thank you so much.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Up here at Granite Hills High School as we're still looking out at the field. 29-19. Christian defeats Mission Bay. Christian scores 29 unanswered in a very entertaining ball game.
Absolutely, and like Trevor was mentioning, they really took the reins when they were down 19 points, and they managed to spin that and parlay that into a huge win. I mean, they didn't allow any points in the second half. So many players stepped up big for the Patriots squad that it was just an impressive win.
Well, and they had so many chances to just kind of hang their head and just give up. I mean, you figure they almost scored. They arguably did score on that touchdown that got called as a fumble. At that point, they could have been like, we played tough, but they just kept being resilient, and finally it paid off and they won.
And it came down to a late victory, too, but all the credit to the coaching staff and the players on that team to pull that win out.
Now, going to Mission Bay, that was back-to-back heartbreaking loss for them. What are they feeling right now?
Like I said, a 3-2 is not nearly as pretty as a 4-1. It just doesn't look as good on paper. But they're not out, and they have a much stronger squad, I believe, than they had last season, so I